Welcome back to Auto Rush Motors, the channel where we dive deep into the most exciting machines on two wheels and four. Today, we're taking a closer look at one of the most legendary names in the world of naked sport bikes, a motorcycle that has defined Italian performance for decades. This is the 2026 Ducati Monster V2, the latest evolution of a bike that blends heritage, style, and modern engineering into one thrilling package. The Monster has always been about pure riding pleasure. Since its debut in the early 90s, Ducati positioned the Monster as a stripped-down, aggressive, urban sport bike with raw character. Over the years it has transformed while keeping its core identity intact, and the 2026 Monster V2 is a perfect example of Ducati's vision for the future. It's light, fast, aggressive, and filled with new technology, but it still carries that unmistakable Monster DNA. Let's start with the design, because design is always the first thing that draws you in when you see a Ducati. The Monster V2 for 2026 has a sharper, more muscular stance compared to the outgoing model. The tank has been slightly reshaped, inspired by Ducati's racing machines but still keeping the iconic Monster curves. The LED headlamp has a distinctive daytime running light that instantly tells you this is a Ducati. The bike is compact, with tight proportions that make it look ready to attack corners. Every single line of the bike feels purposeful. The trellis frame is now a hybrid design, maintaining strength while reducing weight, and the exposed engine remains the centerpiece, reminding you that the Monster has always been about putting the motor front and center. Speaking of the engine, the heart of the 2026 Monster V2 is Ducati's updated 937cc Testastretta 11° L twin. Ducati has refined it to meet the latest emission standards without sacrificing performance. In fact, it produces even smoother and more linear power delivery compared to the previous version. We're talking around 118 horsepower and about 100 Nm of torque. That's more than enough to make this bike thrilling on the street and entertaining on track days. The twin-cylinder character gives it that signature Ducati pulse, with torque available across the rev range so you don't have to chase redline to enjoy the ride. But Ducati didn't just stop at refining the motor. Weight reduction has been a huge focus, and the new Monster V2 tips the scale significantly lighter than many of its rivals. The chassis and subframe use advanced alloys to keep things stiff but slim. Combined with Ducati's sporty geometry, this makes the bike incredibly agile. Whether you're flicking through city streets, leaning into a mountain road, or carving up a racetrack, the Monster feels eager, precise, and confident. Ducati calls it effortless performance, and that's exactly what it feels like. Now, let's talk about technology, because modern Ducatis are loaded with rider aids that don't get in the way of fun but enhance the riding experience. The 2026 Monster V2 features a 6-axis IMU-based electronics suite. That means you get lean-sensitive traction control, cornering abs, wheelie control, launch control, and multiple riding modes. The TFT display has been upgraded to a crisp, larger screen with new graphics that make it easier to switch between modes on the fly. Ducati's quickshifter, both up and down, comes standard, letting you rip through gears without touching the clutch. And with Ducati's app integration, riders can now pair their phone to access navigation, calls, and media right on the screen. Suspension is another highlight. The Monster V2 gets fully adjustable forks and a rear shock that balance comfort and sporty handling. Out of the box, the setup is versatile enough for everyday commuting, spirited weekend rides, or even light track duty. Braking, as always with Ducati, is handled by Brembo, with twin radial calipers up front and a responsive setup in the rear, giving you plenty of stopping power and control. One of the standout aspects of the Monster has always been accessibility. Ducati designed the V2 to be a bike that isn't just for expert riders but also for those stepping into the Ducati family for the first time. The ergonomics have been reworked with a slightly lower seat height and better weight distribution. It feels welcoming while still aggressive enough for experienced riders to really enjoy pushing it hard. This dual personality makes it appealing to a wide audience, whether you're upgrading from a smaller bike or you're looking for a daily ride with Italian character. Now let's touch on the styling details that make the 2026 Monster V2 unique. Ducati has introduced new color schemes, including the classic Ducati red, a stealthy matte black, and a vibrant metallic silver. Subtle accents on the wheels and frame give each version its own personality. Optional accessories include performance exhausts, carbon fiber components, and different seat options to customize the Monster exactly how you want it. Of course, we can't talk about Ducati without mentioning the sound. The V2 has a throaty exhaust note that's pure Ducati. At idle it rumbles with authority, and when you open it up on the road, the L-twin sings with a raw, addictive tone. It's the kind of sound that makes you want to take the long way home every single time. So who is the 2026 Ducati Monster V2 for? It's for riders who want an Italian naked bike that blends tradition with modern performance. It's for riders who appreciate the history of the Monster name but want the convenience of today's technology. And most of all, it's for anyone who wants a motorcycle that makes every ride, no matter how short, feel special. Ducati has once again proven that the Monster isn't just a motorcycle, it's an icon. The 2026 version evolves in all the right ways without losing its soul. It's fast, it's agile, it's stylish, and it's packed with character. From its design and engineering to its sound and performance, the Monster V2 continues to embody the passion and craftsmanship that Ducati is known for. That wraps up our deep dive into the 2026 Ducati Monster V2. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to Auto Rush Motors for more content on the latest bikes and cars from around the world. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think of the new Monster. Would you choose this over something like the Yamaha MT-09 or the KTM Duke 890? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and as always, ride safe, and we'll see you in the next one.